It's Corona. What's going on, YouTube? It's that black dude, and I am back. Now, this is part 2 of the video because wrong swipe of the hand screwed up the video. So let's finish up this here story time because I didn't even upload the first part yet. So, as far as the Ramsey Museum goes, this is kind of a little recap. I was working for Initial Security, and I was assigned to the Ramsey Museum, which had a horrible reputation. There were guards who would work there and literally quit the next day. Nobody knew why. Nobody could figure it out. And the guards was not talking because they'd just go in and quit. So me, with my bad self, thinking I'm the toughest dude in the world, I took on the assignment. Plus it was like $1 an hour more or something like that than what I was making. It's the amount of money that I was supposed to be making when I was working way out in Katy after the old black dude lied to me about what I was going to get paid. So, let's see, where did I stop at? I arrived at the Ramsey Museum. I'm actually not too far from it now. I ought to look it up and pass by, but I got stuff to do today. I arrived at the museum late at night, and there's an older guy, older African man, and he has his vehicle parked at the gate, headed out. I got out of my vehicle and introduced myself. Of course, I'm the guard. You know, I got my uniform on, but I introduced myself. And the guy is trembling. He's shaking. He's in a big rush. Thank God you're right. Oh, I was waiting. You're here a little early. I did get there a little bit early. They're like, yeah, I got here a few minutes early. And asked the guy if he'll show me the property. The guy was like, all you do is just sit right here, man. Sit right here. And I knew that was false because of what I was already told the previous day. So this guy's rushing. Sit right here. Sit right here. Just stay here. And he went behind the little tree to pee because he was trying to get up out of there. The guy took out of there after he peed. He took off with the gate remote, the keys to the guard shack where I was supposed to be sitting. The guard shack ended up being the washroom of this Ramsey Museum. So he took off with that there. Didn't close the gate. He also took off with the Degi wand. Now, Degi wand is like this here. You're walking along the alleyway or wherever, and you just so happen to spot like a little dime or something on the wall. Well, what you do is you take your wand, and you put your wand on that little dime. It's not actually a dime, but it looks like one. That thing's gonna beep, and it gets recorded, basically showing where you were at and what time you were there, just so you can see that you're walking the property. So I call my supervisor, his old black ass. I call him up. I tell him, hey, the guy took off with the gate key, the guard shack key, the Degi one, and the remote. Is the gate open? He asked me, is the gate open? He didn't even give a crap. So he eventually called the guy, and the guy showed back up about 12:30, and we're talking about a little bit after midnight, so a.m. Keep in mind this is a graveyard shift. So I finally get the equipment. The guy hands it to me like he was running a football. Didn't say anything. Handed me the stuff. He took off. Like, man, this guy is something else. So I moved my car to the back where the parking was, where I was told, hey, this is where the employees park. That's what the day shift guy told me. I go ahead, I get in the guard shack where I'm supposed to be, Make sure all the alarms are set. I got my laptop with me. I got the Sonic 3 and Knuckles, the collection on CD. I had my nunchucks, because I was ready for anybody else gonna try to jump out at me. Them little nunchucks hurt. They were shaped kind of like an octagon, except with more ribs in it. So when you hit anything, it hurts. It hurts like a son of a gun. So I get settled in. I make my first couple of rounds. I make my first round after I get the wand and get my laptop and everything set up. That was probably about 12:45. Everything going smooth. I make another round about 1:45 because, hey, I want this post. I want this extra money. And I go in. I make my rounds. I make a round on the whole property. Everything's fine. About 2:45, it's time for another round. I start my rounds, and I hear what sounds like the Joker laughing. Not the Joker himself, but if you remember the first Batman movie, where he died, and there was a little thing that kept laughing, that's what it sounded like. It's just ha 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 ha. And so I go hunting around the property to find where the heck is this noise coming from. I've never heard anything like that before. So I'm looking. I searched nooks and crannies on the property. I found there was like a little area. It wasn't a graveyard. It possibly was. Hell, it possibly was. I don't know what it was. But it looked like a pool or something had been there. And that was like a rock towards the bottom. Like a standing podium. I never did go down there to read it. I guess I should have. But I didn't. But I'm looking for that noise. I also find me a nice little spot where I could take my little lunch in the middle of the night. Because I was crazy like that. Still am. I like that nighttime going out and being by yourself stuff. It's so peaceful and quiet. And the property was so big that you could probably have a party without disturbing anybody. Anywho, I couldn't find the noise. I write it in my report and I call my supervisor, my captain. Hey Captain, I'm hearing what appears to be laughter around this entire compound. I cannot find it. I looked all over the property. And he proceeds to kind of go off on me. Man, you coming at me with this here bull stuff. Did he say the word? He might have said bull crap. You coming at me with this here bull crap? It's almost 3 o'clock in the morning. You coming at me with it talking about you hear some noise around the property. Hung up in my face. So I'm pissed. This son of a gun and hung up in my face. Alright, I'm gonna write it in my report. I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna sit down on my laptop. I'm gonna listen to my music. I'm gonna design some cars. I'm gonna explore this Sonic and Knuckles collection CD, which I found a lot of great Sega art on there. And the Japanese soundtrack to Sonic CD. That was awesome. Anyways, it's around 3:40. I'm getting ready to make my other rounds again.